This was the second and final day of the hearing at the High Court here in London, where Julian Assange is seeking leave to appeal to the High Court against his extradition. Of course, he's facing 18 charges in the US, including 17 of espionage. They relate to him back in 2010, 2011, publishing a whole lot of classified information from the US after getting those leaks from Chelsea Manning. There's been hundreds of supporters outside the court here at the Royal Courts of Justice. Among them, independent MP Andrew Wilkie, who last week moved the motion in the Australian Parliament calling for the WikiLeaks founder to be released and return to Australia.
I thought it was very important that an Australian parliamentarian come to London, at least for today, to bear witness at what's going on in that courtroom. It's even more important, I think, that there's an Australian parliamentarian here to bear witness, given the events of just last week, when a thumping majority of the House of Representatives voted in favour of the motion that this matter must be brought to an end.
Inside the court today, the US government lawyers had a chance to counter the arguments put by Julian Assange's lawyers yesterday. In particular, they really honed in on whether Julian Assange was practicing normal, ordinary journalism. They said not. They said he'd been conspiring with Chelsea Manning to illegally obtain classified US documents. They said that he'd also been approaching hackers to get information. So they were really honing in on that. They also said that Julian Assange had put informants' lives at risk. And what they meant by that was that he was publishing information that did not redact the names of certain sources who'd been providing information to the US government in authoritarian countries. Andrew Wilkie, the independent MP who moved that motion outside the court, said as far as he was concerned, and he's a former intelligence official, he said that was not the case.
So that's just a furphy by the US government now to say that Julian Assange put people at risk and perhaps even had people killed. The official inquiries say that is not the case.
The two High Court judges will now go away and consider their decision about whether Julian Assange gets leave to appeal before the High Court. If that fails, his lawyers will then try and take it to the European Court of Human Rights. There's no guarantee they'll get approval for that, and if they don't, well, he could be extradited to the US within weeks.